Good afternoon. Please make yourself comfortable. So, it looks like we're going to be partners on this case. Now, I know you're fresh out of the academy and all, but hey, why not dig right in? Have you familiarized yourself with the Black Dahlia case at all? Have you been following the news articles and the gossip? A little bit. Okay. Well, that's fine. We're going to be going over a lot of that today. Would you like a cup of coffee? I make a mean cup. Okay. Well, if you would like some, by all means, help yourself. I'm definitely going to help myself. Well, it's been a long day, yeah. And this case, it's become very time consuming. Lead after lead, evidence after evidence, dead end after dead end. But, hey, it happens, right? Yeah. Okay, so, I see you have your tablet and your pencil. Okay, well, let's get into this. So, as you can see, this is the Black Dahlia case so far. And we've only just begun. So, we have so much work to do. Okay. Let me get past all of the memos. It's not exactly organized yet. But I need to, there it is. Alright. Okay. So, let's go over this. It's a brief summary of what we have and what we know so far. Okay, so, unknown subject, Elizabeth Short, victim, also known as Black Dahlia, January 15th, 47, until Los Angeles to the Russian, New York, dated January 23rd. Last advising Lee and Mulligan, Los Angeles identified photo found in victim's effects as former First Lieutenant Shippey, formerly at Westover Field, Massachusetts. In 45 and Mitchell Field, Long Island, June 45, as a psychoneurotic patient whose wife committed near Boston after killing child. True name of suspect from Mitchell Field Station Hospital Records, Registry Record number 6.573 is John Henry Shippey. 799478, First Lieutenant, enlisted in Reserve Corps. March 21, 42, and was commissioned March 25, 43. Hospital records show his wife committed. Okay. Alright, so this is all pretty much everything you've probably heard so far. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Suspect sick leave. Okay, I think this is something new. Something that you probably don't know. But the suspect had sick leave at home from July 18, 45 to August 9, 45. On later date, Army Retirement Board findings ruled suspect an epileptic, placing him on terminal leave with permanent incapacitated ranking, and he was discharged from service after terminal leave had expired September 22nd, 45. Okay, so suspect. His brother is a mental case. Oh, so what if his brother was in on it as well? You know, both psychological issues. Also, military training. These all add up to definitely ability, but what about motive? You know, what would the motive be? Let's dig a little further. Should be purchased house. That's some of the news articles that we have collected since the case began, as well as a whole pile right here. Now, I want you to I want you to take this app, alright? I want you to look over those, okay? Meanwhile, I'll be reading some off to you, so try to multitask if you can. Okay. So this one here. Yeah. And so I don't know if you've heard about one of our suspects. It's been in the news articles quite a bit, but Daniel S. Voorhees. Yeah. Straight up says, can't stand it any longer. He gives up. Let's check into this. Meanwhile, let's get into our suspect pile. See if we can find Mr. Voorhees. "33-year-old Daniel Voorhees of Phoenix, Arizona." Now, Mr. Voorhees here phoned into our homicide squad, and like I said, he said, "I can't stand it any longer. I give up." So, Voorhees said that he arrived in town on January 15th and checked into a hotel at 1012 East 17th Street at 10:45 a.m. He checked out the next day. He said he met Short on Hill Street 2 weeks ago, about the time of the murder. He said he took her for a ride on a Wilshire bus, claimed he dated Short in 1941 for a bit. Not only was she a 16-year-old schoolgirl in 1941, but she didn't even arrive in Los Angeles until 1943. So, and also, the thing is, he misspelled the victim's name in his confession note. I am serious, yes. Well, I mean, all of this, both these issues, he could be making it up. He could have misspelled her name on purpose, or he could have come up with the whole 1941 dating story just to throw us off. So, but he was released. But what do you think? Yeah, I mean, it's possible, right? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that is Mr. Voorhees. Okay, see. So, back to the beginning a little bit. Alright, so, as we know, here's our victim, Elizabeth Short, okay, or also known as the Black Dahlia, yes. Alright, so, okay. So yeah, so thanks to fingerprints, that's how we found out her name. We also found out she is 22 years of age, from Santa Barbara, California. And of course, we know the extent of the victim's injuries, so quite gruesome, and I don't think we need to go over that. It would be, okay, so what I'm trying to find here is oh yes, there it is. I found it. So after some digging, I found what we need to look over here. So the manner in which Elizabeth Short's body was dissected has indicated the possibility that the murderer was a person somewhat experienced in the medical field. See what I mean when I said about should be the military experience, and but the Los Angeles Police Department has undertaken to develop suspects among the medical and dental schools in the area, as well as among other students who have anything to do with human anatomy. The University of Southern California Medical School was reluctant to turn over a list of their students to the police department without being assured that their names would not be indexed into police or FBI records, or into the case, for that matter. So here is the list from Southern California Medical School. I'd like you to go over this and try to find individuals with a history of mental illness, erratic behavior, trouble with authority, or anyone affiliated with the victim. Alright, like take for instance, we do have one individual here. Big suspect in the case. It's right in front of my eyes. This is 29-year-old Army Corporal Joseph Dumas of Fort Dix, New Jersey. Our corporal here seemed like seemed like it was the real deal. Not off the hook yet, but has been released. Now, when he came in to confess, he said that when he gets drunk, has a bit too much alcohol, he says he gets pretty rough with women. So, right there, that raised alarms for us. Now, unfortunately, when we checked his story, against known facts, this is where it gets a little tricky. The confession didn't hold up. So first off, the Army sent Dumas to a psychiatrist. So, but time passed, after that. But I don't know. The combat veteran returned from leave wearing blood-stained trousers. with his pockets crammed full of clippings about Short's murder. Yeah, so then first he made a 50-page confession. Now, is that part of a mental illness of sorts? He came up with this huge story. Who knows? But in this 50-page confession, he stated he had a mental blackout after dating Elizabeth Short in Los Angeles 5 days. 5 days before Betty Bersinger's body was discovered. Yeah, I know. So you see what I mean? That's the tricky thing, isn't it? Yeah. Just can't tell. How's that list coming along? You finding a couple? Okay. That's good. Okay, so let's see here. So, what are your thoughts on the case? Didn't really take the time to ask you what your thoughts are. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's take a look at the suspects, actually. Right here. This is Max Handler, November 8th. That's when 35-year-old Max Handler, right here, became the 25th person to confess to the crime. Yep. He phoned in. He's cracking up, completely laughing, making a big joke out of the whole ordeal, and he said, "I did it, for which I am sorry," he said. Yeah, that's how he said it. He said, I did it, for which I am sorry. He was trying to be a little philosophical or something. But, one clue that gave us hope with Mr. Handler is in the victim's shorts, is in the victim's purse, which was found several days after, was the business card of a local real estate company. And I'll give you 2 guesses. To who worked for this company. But you're only going to need one. Max Handler. That's right. Exactly. So, our next suspect is Mr. Hugh Torbert. Mr. Hugh Torbert. his background. He was in the Army, served at Camp Cook, actually where the victim worked in the post exchange. So, yeah, analyzing little bits of information. Pretty much been leading to a blind alley, though. Not much came out of it. Pretty much just coincidence, coincidental findings, but still a suspect at this point. Next on the list, we have a Mr. Marvin Hart, 35-year-old physical culture instructor. Didn't learn from his wartime mantra, though. Which one? The one where it says, "Loose lips sink ships." Yeah, well, this drunk chatterbox told a taxi cab driver, he said, "Get me out of here. I just ended a man's life." So the driver picked Hart up on Wilshire near the Los Angeles County Club, Los Angeles Country Club, and drove him into a rooming house at 1842 North Cherokee Street in Hollywood, same building in which the victim lived for a time. Once we brought him in for questioning, we asked about how he lived in the same building. Asked about how he took her out a few times. And then, of course, we asked about his torn coat. He said he had a fight with his girlfriend. He said we were at a party in West Los Angeles. Got pretty drunk. Yeah, got pretty drunk. I mean, he was a bonehead, but he was more like a boneheaded blabbermouth. But do I think he could commit such a horrific crime? No, I don't. You never know. And the last one, the last suspect I have to show you is Mrs. Minnie Sepulveda. Miss Sepulveda telephoned LAPD's University Station from a bar and said, "I just stabbed a girl. I ended Elizabeth Short's life." Well, so many calls coming in, and plus, the stabbing ordeal. It's pretty much dismissed her claim. Yeah. That is a possibility. Yeah, I never thought about that. Good thinking. Yeah, I can tell. You're going to go far in the Bureau. I can see that eagerness in your eyes to find these bad guys and put them where they belong. same exact eagerness that I came into the borough with. I'm just looking at the victim's birth certificate and certificate of death. I don't need the birth certificate. Let's take a look at the certificate of death, shall we? Let's see. Okay, female Caucasian. Single, found on between Norton and Coliseum. Meters. Date of death January 14th, 1947. Let's see. Cause of death. We know the cause of death. But scientific terms, hemorrhage, shock, incision of the brain, laceration of the face, this victim, horrible way. What an absolutely horrible thing that a person could do. Yeah, we do. We come across way too many, don't we? The only thing we can do is, protect people from people that do things like this. Yeah. All right. Well, how do you feel about going for a drive? I'd like to take you out to the crime scene. Show you around and give you a tour of where everything took place. Then we'll probably stop at the diner, get something to eat. Get a good old burger and fries. Maybe even a malt shake. I can go for a malt shake right now. Okay. Alright. Well, let's pack up here and head out. I guess we... No. I was going to say we'll take this with, but I don't really have this signed out right now. So, okay. If you're willing to wait, I'll head down and sign it out. And, okay. Let me just pack it up. These are my original notes from the crime scene. A lot of it's very well detailed. So, and of course, you see, here's where we're going. You see, right here is where where's the body was found. So, not too far away from the road. Yeah. While I go sign the file out, go ahead and take a look at my notes and learn a few things. Here you go. Alright. Okay, well, I'll be right back. So go ahead and take a look at my notes. Grab your coat, your hat, and then we'll head out. Okay. Alright, so give me about 10 to 15 minutes. Shouldn't take me long. Okay. I'll be back. Well, I'm very pleased to hear that. That you think my notes are quite professional and very useful. I'll take that as a compliment. But yeah, as I was about to say, I signed the folder out.